Okay. So hello and welcome to Kat's Creations. I am Kat. Let me make sure we're actually live before I go too far. Okay, hang on. Here we go. Nope. That is so weird. Why am I not in here? Because I have to be me. Okay, here we go. There we go. So hello and welcome. It has been a hot minute today trying to figure out all the things in regards to what the heck's going on. So internet has been up and down all day. So in addition to that, couldn't connect to our router, even though I was able to like do a backdoor weird kind of thing. Literally, I kid you not, 5 hours, no, almost 6 hours trying to figure this thing out. At the very end of all of it, it turns out it was a power adapter to the router in my shop. How that burned out, nobody knows. But it was a matter of trying to reconfigure everything to work in the house, work out here. It's just like this weird complexity. But I'm here. And so I had all the stuff ready to go live at 4, but then, like I said, I always come out early. I just double check everything to make sure it all works. And of course, 3 hours into it, looking like it's just not going to go live. Tried to figure out, is there a way I can go live from inside the house? No, that's when everything just decided it wasn't going to work. So with this design, super excited to show it to you. I ordered the signs way back in early July. What is it today? July 30th. Got the signs in. And so let me show you the sign. It is over here. Have everything in a disarray. So we're going to be doing this sign design as we did the mash. So, and like this was originally supposed to be the inspiration piece that was supposed to go in conjunction with Frank, the monster. But Frank somehow, his design just went way too big. So even when I ordered a smaller sign and thought, oh, I'll just tuck that in with Frank somewhere, Frank's design just evolved into a life of its own. And so we're going to take the sign that originally I ordered for Frank and we're going to create a totally new design. I think this design will be the last of the Halloween for 2024. It is not listed on my shop as yet because obviously we've had internet issues all day. So we're going to put this together and I'm going to, we're going to create a wreath that has sound. So I've done ones before that had smell. We did some pumpkin spice ones that we did some pumpkin spice oils. We did some pumpkin spice potpourri kind of things to give a scented effect. So today we're doing one with a sound. So let's cover a couple things. If you want to save this tutorial, just click the share button down below, Facebook followers, and you will be able to save a copy of this tutorial there. If you are on YouTube and you want to save a copy of this tutorial, just click the save button and it will take this replay of an earlier Facebook Live, same thing, and you'll be able to save this tutorial. Also, if you are on Facebook and want to get notified when I go live, I have this weird gnat that is just like microscopically small, just staying right here. If you want to get notified when I go live, just make sure that you're doing 2 things on Facebook, that you have liked the page and you're following the page. Like, easy enough to find, it's the follow. So follow is 3 dots. You have the like button, then there's like a call to action button, and then there's 3 little dots. Click those 3 little dots, it'll open up a little sub menu. It will allow you then to hopefully, if it says following, you're good to go. Don't need to do anything else. Just make sure you've hit liked. If you don't have the following button highlighted, just click follow. And then whenever I go notify, or whenever I go live, you'll be notified like now, 2 hours later. So you'll get notified whenever I go live. YouTubers, Just make sure you subscribe to the channel, and then when I upload a new video or I go live, you'll be notified. So I'm going to go ahead and pivot you down, and we'll go over the materials, and we will start putting this together bit by bit. I think that's straight. I'm always so particular. Okay, so I have a few things going on. So we're going to cover materials really quick. Before I do that, let me go ahead and put my website down below. So if you have noticed in the background, not caps lock, the bat wreath on the door is a new design I just showed my private group yesterday, and wow. Okay, I cannot spell for the life of me today. I'm going to go ahead and open my door. Maybe this gnat thing will find his way outside. Okay. Pinned. I'm going to add this. Hi, Sue. Welcome. As you guys come in, say welcome. Say hello. I'm going to try to get this little bugger of a fly to vacate. Little gnat thing. Because I had my door open while I was running back and forth, because nothing is easy. All right. All the things you're going to need to put this one together. Where do we get these? Let me move this back so it's out of the way. 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath frame is our base. Color coded to match our deco mesh, purple, black, and lime green. We are using the infamous deco mesh, which everybody loves. That fly can almost totally take him out. Purple, lime green, and black high foil. This has long been discontinued. I had one roll left. I actually found it by mistake while I was looking for buttons, believe it or not. And I came across this and I was like, oh, how great. So we're going to go ahead and put that together. Hi, Susan. She said, long time no see. How are you, my friend? So we are doing 18 pieces of this, 19 inches. Hi, Vicky from Arizona. Welcome. So we're going to put those 18 all the way around. We're going to do ruffle because we're going to do a lot of things. In addition to that, we are doing our sign, which is a 10-inch sign. It says we did the mash. This is from Sugar Pepper Designs. So just keep in mind, they have a really long turnaround time. I didn't catch it when I ordered it, and I really wish I would have, because it pushes me almost to the point where it's like at the tail end of my design. So this is a 10-inch round. You can order from her shop. She's on Etsy. In addition to that, all of the ribbons were going to be featured today. Let's cover those. Starring our 2.5 inch, we're doing orange with a ton of different colored glitter polka dots from Craft Outlet, as well. The striped, it's like a Boo, Eek, and Spooky. It's purple and black stripe. This is from Kringle Designs. On top of that, we're going to be featuring our black and purple Harlequin, purple black with lime green fur edge, and then our film strip with the lime green with the black and white. And then I have this one here. He doesn't have any, like, he's missing his sides. But this is, I think it's called Spooky Halloween Print, 1.5 inch from Craft Outlet. That is going to be our star. And then the other ones, where'd they all come from? Both these two are from 5th Street Studios on Etsy, and the lime green with the little furry edge is from Craft Outlet. In addition, the things that make the noise are these little doodads, which are called Screaming Monsters. So, looking at our sign, we have a pink one, and we have an orange, a pink one, and a green one. So I have the green, he's right here, and then I found the pink one. So they should go like this, so that they kind of match, right? So these guys are getting put into our wreath, and we're going to have to find a way, because I had it, like, this is a silicone part, so if you put hot glue on silicone, it's not going to stick. So you have to kind of, like, for me, I always try to come up with what can I do so that these are still functional years later. I don't want to glue them in case you want to take them apart, and they're interactive. So if you pull their hair just like this, they scream. So they have a whole bunch of different sounds. So it's just you pull their hair and they do random monster sounds. So we have to get these to where they will fit not this way in the wreath, but this way, which presented a design challenge dilemma. But you know, we're in the problem solving mode today, so we figured out a way. I figured out a way to do this. So let's go ahead and get all the things. Monsters are from Amazon.com. You get a box of 6. They were actually shipped to me to do a product review on, and so I liked them, and I was like, oh, these would be super cute in a wreath, because then kids could play with them. So we're going to go ahead and get all the things going. So I will post the affiliate link for the monsters if you want to add those, and that will be on the replay, because I don't have that information available right now. We're going to go ahead and finish wiring together our 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath frame. So I'm going to take a lime green pipe cleaner, place that right in the center of this last of 6 sections. So we're doing the 6th one. And then we are going to take our purple and we're going to wire together the outside 2. And then we're going to take our black, and again on the opposite side, wiring together the outside 2. This way you will have 6 on the inside, 12 to the outside, grand total of 18. Now we are going to, let me put the monsters over here so they're out of the way. We're going to do the ruffle technique on the mesh. So super simple. This is high foil, premium high foil. So it means that we have a wide foil in every section of every single one of those rows. So there is no gaps in between them. Like I said, it was discontinued quite a while ago. So it is no longer available. When you put in the information, I've even tried to do a Google search by a photo, thinking, well, maybe they just changed the SKU numbers, because sometimes they do that. I'm also going to be taking out the internal, the 6 on the inside pipe cleaners. So I just cut them off, and then I tuck the remainder back into the side. Let's go ahead and do all 6 in the center, just to make it easy for you. And then we'll go ahead and do the outside ones. So we'll do all those, so then we can cut them and be done. We actually had a deer, believe it or not, in our garage just a moment ago. Not in my shop. That would have been cool, because I would have showed you. He was in the garage. He found his, the stuff that we feed them in a large aluminum can, because I had the garage open again, going back and forth from the house to the shop, and somehow, when my husband walked in there, he's like, there's a deer in the garage. It's like, what? Yep, there was a deer in the garage. So this is going to look like a, whatchamacallit. It's going to look like a pancake wreath, but it's not. We're just putting, and I didn't even take these all the way off. I forgot. Okay, so there's that. Tuck that back down. Just make sure you have everything done. Tuck that back down. Thanks, Belinda. She said, hi, Kat. Nice sign and colors. I love these colors. Sue says, this is adorable. So I guess you could even put, it's more of an interactive wreath for you guys or for friends and family that come to the door. Everybody else isn't going to know that you can pull on the monster's hair and make them scream. But I mean, think about it. If monsters had hair, if monsters were real. Yeah, I think if you pulled their hair, they would scream. So put these in. And we'll get it feeling kind of festive for Halloween. I might have one more up my sleeve. I have so many designs. But seriously, you can't possibly make them all. I mean, you can, but that's just a lot of inventory to store and hold. Okay, one more. Let's grab the tightest one. I think this should be it. Maybe. I try to put the tight ones on the inside because I'm curling them against the curl so that when they lay flat, they naturally want to curl downward, right? So these will lay on top of this design. Okay, just like that. Those are all done. And then what I need to do now is I need to take my pipe cleaners and bring them up into the center. So now we're going to place our deco mesh on those two so that you have 3 in each section. That's how we got the 18. Okay, spinning it around. Just like so. We had a cool day today. We had rain on and off, which was always nice. So because these are the outside pieces and these are all the inside, the outside are going to lay directly on top. The inside pieces, the ones that we already had, first of all, they are just fillers in between all of your outside pieces. So now we're going to place this one right over the top. One section done. We're going to leave those pipe cleaners on. And we're going to go ahead and grab the other of our outside pipe cleaners. So they're just easier to find when you have your deco mesh and you want to bring it in and lay it down. They're already there. Do you guys have any questions that I can answer for you right now? Okay, here we're going purple. Lay that one right on the inside. And we're going to take and fan that one out. I'm going to push that to the side so I know don't stick it there, place it here. Did you guys get a chance to see the monster wreath? Hi, Tara. You're actually not late. I am late. So normally I go live on Tuesdays at 4, but we've had internet issues today. So I am late. When they came back up, I'm like, I'd really like to get this out today. I don't want to wait till tomorrow because I am making monsters. Good question, Tara. this is 19-inch pieces. So on this roll, it's only 25 feet, so it's not your normal 30-foot roll. So I just did 19-inch pieces. So I had a little bit left on the roll and then a new roll. And thankfully, I only needed 3 pieces from the old roll that I had. Okay, so here is our other outside piece. So 18 pieces cut to 19 inches long. Okay, gonna go ahead and lay that right on top. So there is no right or wrong way when you're laying your deco mesh ruffles together. You can do all inside like we did first, and then all the outside ones. Or you can do the next one. That's what I call the method where we just, hey, whatever pipe cleaner comes next, that's the one we're going to put our pipe cleaners in. Sometimes it's good for you mentally to change it up so that you're not on autopilot all the time. Okay, that one is over. We're putting this one down. I love this mesh. It is definitely a perfect Halloween mesh. I just wish that they still made it. Who knows? Maybe they will. Maybe it'll come back around. We're almost done laying it in our mesh, believe it or not. And I'm just doing these in about 1/2 inch little pleats or gathered sections. So place this one right on the inside and fan those out. As you can see, we have access to all the pipe cleaners on the outside. I'll pull the last two, not last two, but these two out. So we can put these in. All I can tell you is that no matter how old you get, don't give up when things don't work. Keep at it. Beat that dog on a bone and say, it's got to be something logical. It's got to be something simple. Before you just kind of throw in the towel and say, trust me, after 3.5 hours, I was so close to tears. Because I was like, I'm doing all the things. I'm figuring all the stuff out. And every time I tried to connect, it kept telling me my passwords were incorrect. But I was like, no, these are our right passwords. Everything's confirmed. It just, not a good day for technology. Which sometimes you might, you know, things pop up like that, and maybe it's just not meant to be something you do that day. But I was like, no, we're going to make this today. I'm not looking forward to this weekend. We have another heat wave coming here on the West Coast in Washington. We've got 90-degree temperatures coming this weekend, and Cat is not a happy camper. You would be obsessed. Keeping the purple on the outside. Oh, that is so true, Tara. You could. But it's a mix. So we have some on the outside, some on the inside. That's just kind of toggling. It's kind of weird how they all went that way. But we're going to put ribbons on them. So I was watching another live earlier. Same problem, right? That's what I've heard. There's just not a lot of things happening. Ooh, I missed one. I was like, there's an empty pipe cleaner. Did I not cover enough mesh? And then sure enough, I looked down and there is one more pipe cleaner. So just for you, Tara, I put the purple on the outside. Okay. And so right now, the pipe cleaner's color coding has no benefit other than it looks pretty. So now we're going to come in and put in all of our ribbon tails and half bows, which are these combos, which is really going to liven up that sign. Because look, the sign is pretty darn bright. So we need to incorporate some of those oranges, pinks, and greens. So we're going to invite them on in. We are taking these two combinations. So the 2.5-inch ribbons, the orange with the glitter dots, and the purple and black stripes are cut to 14-inch pieces. We are pairing the Halloween print with the polka dots, 1.5 inches cut to 19 inches. Same thing on this one, we're keeping purple with purple, just kind of making it fun and pretty. It would just kind of look weird if we did it this way. Not really. I'm just not seeing the purple with the pink and some of the weird gold colors. So I'm keeping them like so. First thing we're going to do, these are all dovetail cut. We're going to fold them in half. We are going to gather right up the center. We are going to place that right on the inside. One twist. They always want to divot downward. Hi, Donna. So you're going to want to put your fingers underneath and pop them out so they fall out. Then we're taking 1.5 inches, bring the dovetailed ends together, go up about 2 inches, and then gather those in. We're going to place that right on the inside. And I'm going to go ahead and remove these. You could add orange, green, and purple and black scatters and fillers to that end if you'd like. But honestly, we have lots going on. So we're going to keep it kind of toned down if that's at all possible. So we just have that placed there. Then the purple, same thing. Gather straight up the center. I'm going to kind of open these so they're ready to go. One complete twist. Fan that outside. Dovetailed ends together. Gather that right in the center. I love this furry ribbon. It's some of my favorite. And I just give them a couple extra twists because in the past, I've had some kind of work their way loose, so I just give them a couple extra twists. So we'll always open the loop. I always have to right side my left side to get that ribbon to go back to, right side. And then you can play whether you like orange on the outside, whether you like the black on the outside. That's just going to be you as designer preference, but the customer can also choose which look they want to see. Do you want to see more orange and black, or do you want to see more green and purple? Whatever it is that you'd like, those are going to be the ribbons that you make sure are front and center. Even if you don't have the monsters, you could still come in, like I said, and put in lime green, purple, pink, orange, and black little glitter balls that you can get at Hobby Lobby. The orange, green, and brown would be found in their seasonal fall section at Hobby Lobby. And all the other colors, purple, green, red, are going to be found in their Christmas section. You'll have to go by color to find those. But those are always great to grab. The fall ones right now are 40% off. So I already stocked up, so I have plenty for next year. And at 40% off, that's a pretty good deal. But I've noticed that the bags are getting smaller. So not everything is staying the same. Prices are going up. Quantities are getting smaller. Have you guys noticed the same? Okay. Again, right side, my left side. So I can have those in between. And let me do this with my pipe cleaners so they can stop intruding with the others. I know, Donna, this mesh is my favorite, and I can't find it anywhere. I don't have anyone that's making it. So sometimes hanging on to things for a couple years for an incredibly good design is worth it, because then nobody can replicate your same design because that mesh isn't available anymore. Like when we did the Never Trust the Living. It's like a Beetlejuice type of spin on a design. We use the same color mesh because it's the same color for that color palette. Okay, right up the center. Back here. I love the ribbons because the ribbons are definitely very whimsical. I think it's going to really pair well with our sign. We will put a bow on it. We will add screaming monsters. If we need to, we can add one more. Just, it would depend on what is the final design look that we're trying to achieve. So you can see that, you know, being cognizant of, you know, keeping purple all the way to the outside or vice versa, by the time we add the ribbons and half bows, you kind of really don't see what's on the very, very edge. You see some of the purple up in here. You see some of the black and some of the green. So I'm taking the leftover little piece of my pipe cleaner and I twist it around the back end of the loop. So when you open this, you don't see the pipe cleaner anymore. So just like that. So what are you guys working on right now? I think we're going to start fall and Christmas starting next week. Halloween will kind of slide into the background for a bit. So opening one, flipping these over, a couple more, and then this will be complete. Trying to get that one. I'll fix it once I add the half bow in here, because I can get that to lay better. Okay, so sometimes you get your mesh that's all bunched up in here and you just need to help it realign where it needs to be. So just take a moment and just kind of get everything in its right place if it won't lay correctly. I kind of like the purple on the outside, but then that's my preference because purple and black are my favorite colors. Vivian. Hi, welcome. Joined late. No, I came on late. So yes, regular ruffles. These are only cut to 19 inches because it was a smaller roll of deco mesh. Because it was only a 25-foot roll. Vivian said, I'm finishing up some smaller witch brooms made with ribbon. How adorable is that? I have not even made any witch hats. Oh, lordy. I'm so far behind. I always say that, but I'm like, are you really behind? Mesh is cut to 19-inch pieces, Kathy. And there are 18 of them. So I had just enough on a spare roll. Like, literally had 3 inches or 3 pieces. What was that? 19. It was about 57 inches left on a spare roll that I had. So it was enough, doing the calculations before I cut the mesh, to make sure I would have enough to go all the way around. Because if I just did it off of the 25-foot roll, then the deco mesh could not be any more than 16-inch pieces, which is, it still would have worked because this is a high foil, so you don't need as much. But I just like them to be really full and thick. So we got one more to squeeze in. It is right here. Get that last one in. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and, ooh, I'm looking at the sign thinking, where am I gonna put the bow? Where am I gonna put that bow? I'll show you, because it is like full. I might be able to do it at the top, maybe top one of the corners. We'll figure it out. Almost there. Okay, off. All right, we've got all the colors now. Everything is represented. We have purple, we have pink, we have green, we have black, we have orange. We have all the colors here. So when we add our sign, and she has a couple different versions. I like this one because it had bats and spiders on it. The other one just had weird looking gargoyle things on there, so I wasn't a fan of that. I'm thinking we can probably put a bow right about here, possibly. Like, maybe move the sign off and then put our bow right here and have it kind of come down off the side and then squeeze in our 2 little screaming monsters. I think that'll work. Let's go ahead and create the bow. We'll put the sign over here. Don't need that anymore. I have a feeling I'm going to miss the sign if I don't place it where it needs to go. Okay, so bow making materials. We have purple, we have orange, we have purple, we have green, we have purple, and then we have this, which is going to probably go just like this. At first I was like, there's too much green here, but then I was like, if we switch it, then we have double purple. So I think just like this will be my layout. So purple, 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 and then everything else will be off to the side. So let's start with our purple boo. So the first thing we're going to do, okay, now it'll fit. We are going to dovetail the ends, which is just bring those wired edges together. We are going to cut from the folded side to the wired point, just like that, for a gorgeous dovetail. We are going to measure out 10 inches. We're going to gather that in and then we're going to twist. And we're going to place that right down here in the bow dabra. We're going to bring this up and around. We're going to twist, but we have to verify the length of our loops. We want it at 5.5 inches, which is right where that's at. I think it should be right about there. And then we'll go back out because we need to measure out 10 inches for our tail. Do the dovetail again. That one is finished. And now we'll get our polka dots, which is every color. Oop, look, there's a bad splice right here in the center. Let's say goodbye to that. We'll keep that end because it's long enough to make a tail out of. And I do have another roll of this ribbon. So dovetail the end, fold to the wired point. And this one we are going to do 9.5 inches. We're going to gather and we're going to twist. And now we're only going to do 5 inches. Okay. So we want to make sure that ends right on the 5. I'm going to do the same here. Should be right on the money there. Yep. And then measure out 9.5. Dovetail the end. And that one's done. Okay, let's go. See, like this is 17 inches. So if I just cut off the end piece, I will just attach that to my ribbon. Just like that, so I'm not wasting that extra piece, because if I decided to do ribbon tails again, I already have the first piece done. Now we're going to do the harlequin. So dovetail. And we're going to go 9 inches out, gather in, twist, place that on the inside. We want 4.5 inch for this loop. So we always bring it back just a little bit more. Okay. The 4.5 inch is hard to kind of guesstimate, because I always like imagine it being just a touch down from the one before it. But I still need to bring it out and just verify. And then back out 9 inches, dovetail cut. Okay, that one's done. Now we're going to take our green with the film strip edge. Oops. We'll cut that little fold off. Dovetail our end. And this time we're going to go 8.5 inches. We're going to gather in, and we're still doing 4.5 inch loops. So I'm going to do that by guesstimating. Put your finger in the bottom one, since we already know that's measured correctly, and then pull. Same thing here, pull. But then we still need to measure out our tail length at 8.5. Do that dovetail end, one is done. Let's put a pin on that. Oops. Slide that in. Okay, that one's in. Now we will do our purple fun fur. Dovetail the end. This one's going to be 8 inches with a 4 inch loop. 4.5. 4 inch loop. So if you like this bow recipe, if you go to my website, which is pinned down below, couchcreationsandmore.com, about halfway down the page you can sign up for my email list. And right now I am sending copies of the bow recipe with the link to a similar tutorial to show you how to make one. So you can do that to sign up. Also, you can also sign up for the private group. We have 3 different ways you can sign up now. You could do monthly, you could do yearly, which you save $54 on the yearly rate, or you can do lifetime, which is what I call one and done. You pay and then you're done. You get all access to all this stuff. So you can do any of those through the website below. And I'm going to start teaching private group members how to make their own wreath embellishments. So I think we're going to be starting that. I don't want to put an exact time frame in there because I want to kind of have a couple of them ready to go before we do that. Which is great because then it just gives you another income source. You could make wreath attachments and just sell those. Or you can make your own wreath attachments and put them in your own wreath. So this one we did 7.5 inches for the tail length and 3.5 inches for the loop length. Alrighty, there we go. This poor little roll of ribbon. He's lost its little front side and back side. So I try to keep him super close. We're going to go ahead and do black pipe cleaner. And I'm going to pick this entire stack up like our club sandwich. We're going to drop our pipe cleaner down the center. I'm going to hold it at the bottom, and then we're twisting in the opposite direction. Okay. Now we're going to fluff the bow. Which is right here. We're going to go ahead and hook our pipe cleaner onto that little C-hook, and because this is I like it the other way. It's funny how you have a preference for which way you like to fluff. I always like my tails to be out here. This is the top half of our stack. This is the bottom. So whatever we do up here, we do opposite down here. So we're going to start from the bottom, and I'm going to take the loop and move it to the left, tail to the right. I'm going to drop all those back. Find the same ribbon, and we're going opposite. So tail's going to go to the left, and our loop is going to go to the right. So they're diagonal across from each other. Here, we are going to move our loop to the right and our tail to the left. Also gives you an opportunity to adjust any of your ribbons at the beginning. We're going to do the opposite here. Here's my tail, and here's my loop. So if I pull these all up, you'll see that the loops and the tails are all alternating the colors. From here now, rather than put purple on purple, I'm going to bring the purple to the orange. Remember I said whatever you do up here, we just do opposites down below. So we're going to just follow the orange. And then here, we're going to follow the purple. So we're going to bring the green over. Again, if you need to make any adjustments with your ribbons, go ahead and sort that out. Do opposites here. Okay. Then again, so we don't get purple on purple, we're going to go purple on green. Do the opposite. Okay, and now we're taking the Halloween print and following that purple harlequin. Just right there. And then right here. So that if you look at this, here's all my tails. And then these are all my loops. So we're going to ignore the tails and we're going to focus on the loops. Right now everything is flat. We're going to take the top two and you're going to lift. And then over here, same thing. You're taking the top two and lifting. Just like that. Now you're going to grab the second set and you can either put the purple in or you can put the green in. It doesn't matter, whichever you want to see where. You can just make an executive decision. I kind of like the green popping through the center of those two. And then pulling this, the harlequin out the other side. Just like that. And then the ones on the bottom, same thing. You're just going to lift those. Make sure you get all your loops rounded out, lifted up. And then just kind of play with all your loops the way they all are. And then for the tails, we're just going to run those through our fingers. So they kind of just create a little arch that's going to go all the way down our wreath. So just like this. I always make sure that we touch all of them. It's a little harder to see the bottom ones, but then if you were displaying this for sale, you want to make sure that all of your colors are present so that you have a really good, beautiful bow. Just like so. Just make sure everything has some life. Okay? We're going to go ahead and take that off. I had to figure out which way I had to put it on. We're going to prep our sign. Because I always request that my signs do not come with any holes in them so that we can add the holes where we want. So I'm just going to go top and bottom with a 1.5 beadsmith metal hole punch. Works just like a hole punch, but on metal. And I'm just going to pop a hole there. And then one at the top. And then we're going to go ahead and add our business card to the back. So I'm just going to trim this up. Making sure we're on the right side. Go ahead and hot glue our business card to the back. You could order stickers, I guess. And then you can just peel and stick your stickers on the back. It's whatever is up to you. I figure we're gonna order business cards anyway. Let's just stay with business cards. The purple and green ribbon is from Craft Outlet. The one with the furry edge? Yes, Craft Outlet. I'm not sure that they still have it, but that's where I ordered it from, Marie. Okay, I'm using 22 gauge floral wire, and I'm just going to add my floral wire to my sign. Make sure that these are pretty even. I'm going to twist right over my hole about 5 times, and that'll give me about a 1/4 inch lift to the sign. And then we'll do the same for the bottom. Make sure it's even again. Build over the hole. Okay, and when we build it over the back of the hole, that means that the wire is going to stay on the back, not out to the side. We don't want the wire out to the side. So I'm going to bring this back, and we're going to add our sign. So I am looking, here's my center purple pipe cleaner. So I'm just going to center that up right over my existing pipe cleaner that we cut off. So one up and one below, making sure that I have one below, one above. So I'm going to move this into place, and I'm just going to flatten this so that it tells me, like, when I'm pulling on the wire, how far down do I want to pull. So just like so. We still have to anchor this at the top, which is right here with the other pipe cleaner. Let's make sure we have one high and one low so we can clear the rails. So we have an anchor point for our sign. And we're just going to pull that down. Just like so. How fun is that? Okay. So right here on the edge, I just want to very gently pull some of my mesh out. Not too much, because I don't want to sink my sign, which is why I don't pull it all the way down to the bottom. But right here is roughly where I'm thinking I want to kind of put that. So I'm going to take this mesh and just kind of tuck it, and then pull my ribbon tails out of the way so that we have a place for our bow to sit. So knowing where our tails are really helps. Need to find my pipe cleaner. Helps when we go to put our bow in. So I have a tail here, so I can bring my ribbon pretty darn close and have that fall there. So I'm thinking, let me kind of see where our frame is. So I'm going to try for this, because this deco mesh is so heavily foiled. It sticks. Like, our pipe cleaner just wants to go everywhere. So now I'm just going to kind of have these fall to the front, like so. And then these ones at the top are just going to kind of fall around the top, like so. So that we have a nice little bow kind of going in here. I'm going to take this one because, see, this ribbon is sitting on top of here, but I want it to actually lay a little flatter so that it follows my ribbon tails and my half bows that are underneath that instead. Let's move that over there. Let's move you over there. Sometimes you just got to move the loops so they wind up where you want them to. Okay. Now making sure that some of my mesh from the inside pieces are not interfering with our sign. I'm going to readjust our ribbons to the outside, just like so. So this is what we have thus far. And now we're going to add the screaming monsters. So, remember our monsters? These are the ones, if you pull, they light up and they have little speakers, they have little batteries. So I need to make sure that the batteries are still accessible, and if you want to take them out, you can take them out. So this is where we have to do some surgery. So at the bottom of these are some little Phillips head screws. At first I thought, well, I could run the wire under the holes, but that gets them to lay flat. I need them to lay sideways, and I can't glue sideways because it's a silicone piece. So we're doing surgery. I'm going to go ahead and pull out the battery, and then looking at where the back is, it's right here. I'm going to take my cordless rotary drill. You guys have seen me use this before. This is so handy. I've attached my drill bit option, and what I'm going to do is, because there's a silicone piece on the outside and a plastic piece on the inside, I need to make sure that I am penetrating through. I'm trying to move his hair. Trying to penetrate through the silicone piece and also the plastic piece on the inside, keeping my fingers on his little eyeball. Let's zoom in so you guys can see. I'm going to turn the drill on, just like that, and we're going to add holes. There's one. There we go. There's the other. Make those just a little lighter. Okay. Turn that off. And now, there we go. We are off. Turn the light off. Now we're going to add our floral wire to the back. Because remember, we don't want him to hang from the bottom. We want to make him hang from the back. So now that I have removed all of the inside pieces, I am going to go in from this ankle, and I'm going to add my wire so it comes out, and then making sure I have a clear path. Take this through the other. Make sure that we have equal amounts. So I'm just trying to like give it some slack, pull on the other side, so we're about almost even. Okay. There we go. And so in no way, shape, or form have I interrupted the inside. Sometimes it's hard to get this positioned the way that it needs to be. So you really got to look at the placement of your holes, because it fits one way only. It looks like. Trying to line up my holes. Okay, I think I have them lined up correctly. We're going to go ahead and add our little screw to the bottom. I don't see the holes, so we'll try. Nope, that's just spinning out, so we don't have it lined up. So I've got to make sure our holes are lined up. It's always trying to make sure that we get one. And I think I got it. I think, maybe not though. When I did it the first time with my husband, I was like, I got it the first time. I don't think this one's not lined up. Oh, it is. There's one. Let's see if we get this side lined up. and we're good. But this side is not lining up. There we go. So now we have said monster with his little wired attachments coming out the back so that he can lay facing straight up. Now let's go ahead and attach them and put them into our design, and we should be finished. So we can add this one here, and we can add the pink one to the opposite side. Then we kind of have like this little monster thing going on. Let's see. Let's do the green guy, because at first I was like, I want to keep them low enough so you can pull their hair. So let's go ahead and see if we can get this one in. And trying to make sure he's nice and tight. Uh-oh. There's that one. Now he doesn't scream. I guess I should have made sure we had him going. Let's make sure. I heard his little click. Let's readjust his screws. Always good to double check before you get too far ahead. There's the other one. Let's go ahead and pop this out. I think that's why it wasn't in its little mold. Let's go ahead and try to put that back in. Okay, I think we got a better fit. There's one. Okay, now he won't scream. What did we do wrong? He was working before. Surgery. Trying to get his little clip that turns him on and off. He's got like a little guide wire that's in there that turns him on or turns him off when you pull his hair or let go of his hair. You know how those things are. Once you pull the screws out, they just don't want to go back in. Okay. Did I even check to make sure this worked before I put him in? I know the pink one did. This is one of those things where you're like, sometimes you just got to make sure. Let me make sure. His they have this little feature under their battery that needs to make sure that it's been pulled. Let's make sure. I might have to do full-blown surgery on this to get it to work. It makes me want to go back and watch the video. And I'm like, why isn't this working now? Let me look. I'm going to pull another one apart and just make sure everything's lined up. I'm not giving up. Not after today. Okay. I'm going to let that one sit. I'm going to grab my blue one and I'm going to pull this one apart and just look at the insides and make sure everything is lined up where it's supposed to be. Whoop. Okay. So I'm making sure we have these little guide wires that are in place. This one's over just a little. There we go. And this one needs to get pushed in. There we go. Are you going to go in? There we go. Okay, everything looks like it's supposed to. So it's supposed to go up and down. I'm attempting to make sure that he moves freely inside of there. So let me go ahead and fix his little guide wires. These keep him from sliding down. Whoever thought that it was going to be like high tech? Okay. He's in there. They're straight. Let's feed his hair down. If not, we'll just replace. You know what? Let's just do that. I'm going to swap out his hair. And I'm just going to fish this all in the bottom. If we can get all of his hair to kind of come through. Trying to make sure we have all the hair pieces. Just 2 blue ones are stuck on the inside. There's one. Okay, hang on. I'm just trying to get them all to come out. These are going to sit right inside. I think this one goes there. Let's make sure. There we go. We want this one. Trying to figure out, okay, which way does that have to go? There we go. Complex surgery. You know I'm going to make it work. I got it. Don't give up. He works. And then we'll put the blue one back together in a little bit. Okay, we're putting the green one back in here. just, you know, sometimes you just got to make sure. If you're going to add sound, if you're going to add lights, always make sure it works before you put them in. Okay. So I'm going to put them in nice and tight. And he's got his little hairpiece things going on. Wild hair man. Okay. Double checking this one. It works. Just going to take this one with his screws and move them all the way off the board. And I'll put that one back together. Okay. So this one's going to go down here. We're going to go opposites. So we will run that in. And we will tuck this one in. Fold that down. Nice and tight. And they're in. They're in! Screaming monster. Screaming monsters. Okay. Making sure it didn't keep going, because that would just be another nightmare. I'm going to go ahead and add a little fun glitter ball to the center. Let's see if we can add a purple one right here in the center. We're just about done. The cuties, Veronica, are from Amazon. They come in a box of 6, a whole bunch of different colors. They have blue, orange, yellow, purple, green, and pink. These guys are done. I'm going to pivot you up. We'll talk about a couple things that are here. So, number 1, the bat wreath on the door. I am making the bat face attachments. So, this little guy, this is this little wreath attachment right here. So you can make the bat wing wreath. You can actually do him flying down or flying up. You just turn his head the other way and he flies with his wings upward. If you're interested, these are available on my website, pinned below, catscreationsandmore.com. And then if you guys haven't seen the monster, where is he? Oh, he's back here. I am also making these. So these adorable little Halloween monsters I hand make. So you can find these on my website as well. I think I have one left that's available. It takes about a week for me to get all the supplies together, put them together. It's a lot of work. It takes 2 full days to make him. But if you're interested in purchasing a monster, a wreath attachment, I sell those too on the website at catscreationsandmore.com. So you're just getting the same one. That's Frank. And then let's put this one up on the door. Let's change it to put it on a black door because I think it would look better. Okay, so we're going to put this on the black door. Just like this. And so this was perfect for a Halloween party because almost everybody plays that Halloween song. And then just go ahead and fluff out all of your things for your photos, for your videos. Just like that. What do you guys think? I had to share with you guys the latest. So, there's that. Let's take her hair. Kind of fling those off to the side so we can see the monster. And only you guys know that the monsters themselves, if you pull their hair, they scream. So, that's that design. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in for you so you guys can see that one. turn that light so you don't have to see the odd glare. But that is our monster wreath. It will be available for sale as soon as I finish, get him listed, and there is that. So right now I'm only selling the wreath attachments on my website. So if you're interested in those, you can find them there. And that is it. I am happy with the way this came out. This is a very colorful Halloween wreath. So it's got all the colors of Halloween. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to come back this week. We're going to be doing another live. I just haven't figured out what. And look for more details by following me at Cats Creations on Facebook. And that's all I have for you. Have an amazing day. Bye for now.